Hey, aloha everyone. Michelle Melendez with Blossom Inner Wellness and StandTogetherHawaii.com. And I want to do a quick video on understanding the show, understanding the corporate government that it's not even a government. So I went out last night with a girlfriend of mine, and her husband was watching this YouTube video on their big screen about Trump, and he was getting super annoyed. And I told him, I said, you guys, it's a show. I said, we are not living in the United States, a country, United States of America country. We are watching the United States corporation do business. When you see media, when they're talking about the United States, it's the United States corporation doing business. Why is it that Trump, before he got elected, said, I could stop the Ukraine war in a week? And then when he gets into office, now he's like, "Oh, we're gonna own their minerals. Now we're gonna own their minerals. So we're not gonna stop the war. Now we're gonna own their minerals," is what's going down. And now we're also gonna have the Canada and Greenland part of the United States. Why is that happening? Because it is a corporation. Because I told you in my one of my other videos about the Club of Rome. The Club of Rome has a document since September 17th, 1973, with the title at the top that says New World Order, that has the 10 kingdoms. And the first kingdom is Greenland, Canada, and the United States. And they have 10 other kingdoms that they're wanting to all bring together under the Club of Rome, which is under the banking elite families that run the world. So when you watch media, you are not watching the government. You are watching the corporation. And I'm going to show you guys something really quick. So this US dollar, of course, we have the Egyptian symbol, Egyptian Freemason symbol on the US dollar, and it says Annuit Coeptus. I think that I think I'm saying it right. Anunuept Coeptus, which means the success of our enterprise. The success of our enterprise. And what is the enterprise? At the bottom, underneath the dollar bill, it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, which is New World Order. This is on our dollar bill. This is a corporation. This is a piece of paper. This is not a dollar. It is a note. It is a U.S. note. This note, it says, is legal tender for all debts, public and private. It doesn't say this is money. It says this is a note. The United States of America note. This number right here matches somebody's social security number that's on the back of their social security, not their social security number, but your card on your social security on the back of it has a number that's in red, usually in red for blood, and that number matches money, matches notes, Federal Reserve notes, because you are traded on the New York Stock Exchange. That's part of the whole corporate system. That's how the banking families have taken over the country. That was in the Civil War. That was after the Civil War because they funded both sides, North and South. Then after that war, the country was bankrupt and they collateralized the United States, turned it into a United States corporation. The United States corporation is just a name. United States Corporation. So when you watch the news, oh, the other thing I want to share with you guys, I mean, there's so many things I could go into about the eagle, right and left wing. Why do they call it a right and left wing? Because it's two wings of the same bird. It's two wings of the same bird. Otherwise, it wouldn't be right and left wing. You know, there's so many things. Did you know that this is these stars up here? Bring it really close. This is stars up here. This is Star of David. Star of David's not even in the Bible. The Star of David is not in the Bible. And what is the Star of David? It's a hexagram. It's two pyramids on top of each other. You know, it's two pyramids on top of each other. That's what the Star of David is. And what is that? That's a hexagram. And what did the Satanic People do. They put the hexagram, the Star of David, into a circle. This is what they did in ancient times. Then they would stand in the circle and they would put hexes on people. So when you have a Star of David on your person, it's a hexagram. That's why they called it a hex. So there's so many different things around this. I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but one thing I do want to share with you guys. Have you heard of the Bohemian Grove? And you know, the Bohemian Grove, they have these huge satanic rituals and this humongous owl, OWL, owl. Sometimes I don't say that word right. But I'm going to show you guys something on the dollar that's very hard to see. But if you look, I don't know if I can show it. Right there is an owl. Right there. You see it? I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. It's on the upper right-hand side. This part right here, there's an owl right in that little section. What is that for? Because this whole system is under Satanic Freemason system corporation. So when you are watching the news and when you are watching any YouTube influencer talking about Trump, you are watching the United States corporation do its business. And they want to get you pissed off. And they want you to have a reaction to that. So what is your power? Don't react. Just go, oh, the United States is doing business. What is your power? Locally. Locally. That is your only power. We cannot change the world. We cannot change the government. We can because it's a corporation. We cannot change the nation, but we can change our own backyard. That is the power we have. That is why I go to the Hawaii general plan meetings and I testify. But enough of us. We need numbers. So what's happening right now in Hawaii and the nation is this right here, which is I'll go to the home page. Mark Cook of Hand Count Radio, he is doing his best to bring back election integrity, and he's coming to your area. So go to handcountradioshow.org, handcountradioshow.org, and look at your area. He's going all the way across the country to bring back integrity to our elections. And he is on Big Island. Tomorrow, Sunday, April 6th, he's going to be in Waikoloa at the Waikoloa Village Association Ohana Room, 68-1792 Malia Street, Waikoloa Village. And then on where is the next one? The next one is Monday, April 7th. He's going to be in Hilo. So I'll show you this one too. This is your power. Join us. We have to take a stand somewhere, but this is 3 to 5 at the Hilo Coffee Mill in Hilo, Mountain View. This is on Monday, April 7th, but tomorrow, April 6th, he will be in Waikoloa at the Waikoloa Village Association in Waikoloa, and that is from 2 to 4, 1792 Malia Street. So that's where our power is. Our power is locally. Go and check out your general plan because that's your kuleana. That's what's yours to do. And then the other thing to do is clean up your relationships. Get into love. Get into forgiveness for yourself and others. Be kind to strangers. And don't react to this absolute BS, you guys, because that's what it is. It's absolute BS. Why in the world did Trump say, oh, I could stop the war in Ukraine in a week? And then he gets into office, and what does he do? Now I'm going to take the minerals. Now I'm going to take the minerals of the Ukraine. Why? Because it's a corporation. That's why. So he's making more money for the corporation. Why do you think Biden sent billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine? It wasn't because he was helping the people and because they care about all these people and they care about Ukraine. It was because they were actually getting the military industrial complex was getting contracts and the money was being laundered through Ukraine back into the military industrial complex contracts. Who got the contract to rebuild Ukraine? BlackRock. You see? You see the game? It's an amazing game that they put up and they set up. And we're part of the pawns. But don't be such a pawn that you react to the BS. And believe me, I'm saying this to myself because I've definitely reacted to a lot of this BS. And now I'm like, Michelle, this is a game. Don't react. They want you to react because when you react, you take away you give your power away, and your power is to do things locally that make a difference locally and getting enough numbers. That's what we need. We need numbers and we need locals to stand together in harmony and unity and not be mad at this absolute BS, this right and left wing of the same bird, of the same bird. And I could go into the reason why they use the eagle as well, but I won't. I'll actually do that for another video, but that's pretty interesting as well. So I think that's all I wanted to say today. All right, you guys, stay strong in your power, stay in love and kindness. And believe me, I'm saying that to myself because I do have a mouth on me that likes to, and so I'm a Scorpio, so I have a stinger, but I'm working on it. And I do that through prayer as well. Infinite Creator, we know this is a game. We trust you. We trust the light is here and it's showing everybody what the heck is going on. People are choosing to stay in their power. It's so beautiful, Great Spirit. So beautiful. We're choosing to do things locally. We're choosing what we can do and let go of what we can't do. We're choosing to clean up our relationships, to find our own forgiveness and compassion for ourselves and for others. And we're choosing to trust in you, Infinite Creator, that is beating our hearts and breathing our bodies and moving the sun across the sky. We trust you, Great Spirit. We let go of what is not ours and we follow our guided intuition. And so it is. One of the best things you can also do right now is a detox. I'm taking my clients, I wrote the book End Dieting Hell, How to Find Peace in Your Body and Release the Weight. One of the first things that I tell people to do, detox. This won 4 awards, was a bestseller on Amazon. And detoxing because they are toxifying our food, water, and air. So you got to clean up your colon, and the ways to know if you need a detox is, do you have gut issues? Do you have skin issues? Do you have trouble sleeping? Do you have trouble with your energy? So many things. It doesn't have to always be a massive toxins. It also can be microscopic parasites, which a lot of people don't realize that we get, especially if you have pets. Definitely, if you have pets, more than likely you have microscopic parasites. If you're eating uncooked meat like sushi and things like that, more than likely for sure you have parasites, but which I did, and I'm always constantly doing parasite cleanses and cleanses. If you want more information on that, you can go to Blossom Inner Wellness, Blossom Inner, INNER, wellness.com. Join my private membership. There's a reason why it's private, and I can tell you that too later. And then click on more programs and click on detox or gut. Do you have gut issues? So that's how to find me. That's how to work with me. And mahalo so much for sharing this video, because without you guys, I'm in probation, YouTube probation still. So is what it is. Okay, much aloha.